everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a sit down, chatty, get ready with me video. I asked you guys on my Instagram story and on an Instagram post for some questions or topics you wanted me to cover. I won't answer specific questions, but I got a general idea of, some things to talk about. And for makeup, I'm actually going to attempt doing this look that Lily Collins is wearing. I love Lily Collins. She has kind of like a reddish, peachy eye, pretty bare cheeks, and then a bold red lip. I'm gonna attempt to do that. Our eye shapes are very different, so we'll see how that turns out. But I'm trying to mix it up a bit and do more natural type makeup and not so bold and dramatic. I still love those, but now I really want to get down like the model makeup look, like how it's very minimal, no dramatic hard winged liner. So I'm slowly trying to figure that out and how to do it on monolids. I already did my base and my brows just to speed things up a bit. For my base, I used this cushion from VT Cosmetics. This is their blue one. I forgot what it's actually called, but if you guys remember, I used to use a red one. I hit pan on that one, so I decided to give this one a try. It looks like this. And it actually does have a bit of like a whitening effect to it, so it did make me look a little bit more pale. For concealer, I used my Up-You concealer on the under eyes and also to cover some of my darker spots like my hyperpigmentation. And then to powder, I used my Up-You Oil Control Film Packed. And then for brows, you guys know I use my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I didn't bring that many palettes with me, so I'm gonna try to use what I have to recreate her look. I have the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and also the Sigma Warm Neutrals palette. It looks like this. And then you guys know what the Born to Run palette looks like. I'm sure you've seen it, but if you haven't, it looks like this. So I think I'm gonna take the color Weekender all over my eyes as the base and then use a tiny bit of Riff to help define the eyes. By the way, guys, my background probably looks different. I mean, it is different. I'm actually at home in the Bay Area in San Jose. I've been here for about a week now, and I just came back because I felt like I haven't been here in a while. I just really missed home. I missed the Bay Area weather. I missed my family and my friends, so it's been really nice just being back here and like seeing friends I haven't seen in a while and just being in the presence of family. And I haven't been posting as much on Instagram just because I wanted a little break to recharge and just to do like other things. And if you've been following me on my Instagram stories, like I've still been posting on my stories and I have been vlogging, so you'll see a bit of that there. I just haven't been posting like actual photos onto my feed. Yeah, if you guys haven't been following me on my stories, you'll kind of know what's been going on. I've been addicted to reading webtoons. If you guys don't know what webtoons is, it's the Line Webtoons app that I've been using to read comics. I mean, I guess they're formerly known as webtoons because that's what they're called, but I've just been really into reading those and they're so much fun to read and like just get lost in. There are a few that I've been really loving. I'll probably talk about it more in a favorites video, but if you're interested in reading comics or just really fun stories, they have a bunch of variety on there. They have like romance, fantasy, I think some crime ones. I've been mostly reading like the romance ones, and I've been reading one about mermaids. I love mermaids. On my Instagram stories, when I asked for questions, I got a few about my haircut and if I was nervous going into it. I wasn't that nervous because I had debated cutting my hair this short for maybe about like 4 to 6 months. Some of you might know that I got a really bad bang trim last year, and that was the only thing I was nervous about, was finding a hairstylist that wouldn't mess up my hair pretty much. Luckily, I found one that was really good. Like, I did so much research before I went in to cut my hair. I read reviews, I looked at pictures, and I found a really good hairstylist who gave me the haircut that I wanted. Going this short wasn't nerve-wracking to me either because I've actually had hair this short before, if not shorter. Okay, so I've kind of got the base down of what I wanted, like a little bit of definition around the eyes. On her eyes, it's so muted. I'm not sure if I can replicate that color. Maybe I'll mix this pink one with this red one. Oh, actually, yeah, I think this might be a good fit, hopefully. So I'm using a fluffy brush instead of a like denser brush because I want the color to be softer. And if I used a denser brush where the bristles were like, squished together more, the color would come out really strong, and that's not what I want. I've been getting a few questions about my faith as well. This actually might be a good question to read off because then I'll have some more direction on how to answer this. Is it ever hard sharing your faith online or in real life? If so, how do you try getting over that? So I guess in real life with friends, I'm not afraid to share my faith. For those of you guys who don't know, like, I consider myself a Christian. I believe in God and I believe myself to be spiritual, but I don't like using the word religious. With friends, it's not hard to be open about it, but it is hard to articulate and share my beliefs in a way that's eloquent, I guess, and that makes sense because sometimes it is a hard pill to swallow. And I don't share my faith or talk about my spirituality unless it's solicited, unless my friends ask me or if someone asks me. I don't like to impose my beliefs, especially if the person that I'm talking to doesn't have an open mind to it, because that makes it very difficult to share what I believe. I haven't read the Bible fully, and I don't have the full context of the teachings and all of that, which I think is really important. I want to be well versed and knowledgeable in what I believe before I start sharing it to you guys in mass like this. And it's really hard to talk about it because I'm talking to you, but I'm basically talking to myself because it's not a two-sided conversation. Me sharing my faith like this in a video is very one-sided. So it is harder to share online, and that's why I don't talk about it as much. I don't consider myself like anywhere near a good Christian. At the end of the day, my core beliefs and what I've learned through my relationship with God and the world is that I should be showing and expressing love and compassion to everyone. And that is at the core what I believe and what I try to enact in my day-to-day. Like, I'm not perfect, and I think like a lot of Christians have that expectation or that connotation that we're all perfect because we preach this and do that and whatnot, but it's not the case at all. It's really hard. That's kind of just where I stand on my faith. Okay, so I just tightlined my top lash line off camera because I kind of needed two hands for it. And now I'm just gonna smudge it out to create some softness. And now I'm just gonna take some mascara on the lower lash line. This is actually a lash primer from, I think it's Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder's little black primer. So I'm gonna use this to elongate the lashes and then do a coat of a different mascara. I'm gonna use the Hourglass Caution mascara. I actually do really like this one. For the top lashes, I'm actually going to use these natural looking lashes from Kiss. It's in Shy. Something else someone wanted me to talk about was plastic surgery, and it's something that I've mentioned in my monolid video. I've shared my thoughts on plastic surgery there, but I'll share it again, and I guess maybe more in depth. I am not opposed to plastic surgery. If someone wants to do plastic surgery, I have no opinions on that. I might want to get plastic surgery in the future, like who knows. In my monolid video, I said that, you know, in the end, I decided not to do plastic surgery on my eyelids to get double eyelids because I felt like my eyes were such a huge part of my identity and what made me feel Asian, and I just couldn't imagine like waking up one day and having a different set of eyes. It would just be so foreign to me because I'm so used to looking at my eyes the way that they are. With that said, I have never talked about this before just because like I wasn't really sure how to address it, but I have gotten Botox before, and I'm very open about it with my friends. If it comes up and they ask me, I share it very openly because it's not something that I think I need to hide, and I don't want to hide it. I'm not like ashamed of it or anything, and I feel like it's important to be open about it. So I got Botox actually on my forehead wrinkles. Like, I have some gnarly forehead wrinkles. I've had like forehead wrinkles like this since high school, and it's always been something that I disliked about myself, but I just kind of accepted. And then when I learned more about Botox and how it can like reduce the forehead wrinkles, I thought, why not just give it a try? So the first time I did it was sometime around last year, and then the second time I did it was when I went to Korea. I think it lasts about 3 months and it goes away, so they're definitely back. And the reason I haven't talked about it is because I kind of similarly to sharing my faith, it's hard to really talk about it because it's one-sided. It's just me telling you, and I didn't really know how to approach it, but I knew that it was something I wanted to be open about and share with you guys. I guess now is the time that I'm doing it. You know, at the same time, I didn't think it was that important to share because my forehead wrinkles and getting Botox, that doesn't define me as a person. And I think that's mostly why I didn't want to talk about it, because it's not a big deal. Like, I will share openly with anyone who asks me if I've ever done any procedure or whatever. It's what's inside that matters, and I think doing Botox like this is just so insignificant to who I am. Me getting Botox here does not validate or confirm or increase my worth or value as a person. And I just hope that you guys don't see me any differently for getting Botox, because I don't see myself any differently. Yeah, of course, it definitely made me feel a little bit better and a little bit more confident that they were gone. But I don't think I would have been more confident if I wasn't confident in everything else, if that makes sense. I don't even know if Botox is considered plastic surgery. If you guys don't know what it is, it's just like an injection, and I'm not even going to explain it very well, but I think it numbs the muscle and something like that. I'm really bad at explaining this. Please do your research if that is something that you want to do. Even for me now, like, the Botox has worn off here, but I'm not in a rush to get it. Like, there are other things I want to spend my money on right now than this. You know, part of me is like nervous for sharing this because I really don't want you guys to see me any differently at all, but I don't think you will. I think, like, knowing the community that I have here and feel like you guys will be very understanding, it's just my own fear. It's ridiculous to be fearful of that because I'm pretty open about it. I'll talk about it, I'll share about it with my friends, and I should be able to share it with you guys because you guys are like my friends. You've been through so much with me. Here's a little trick that I do. If you ever put on lashes and they're not even or they're crooked, like, I don't know if you guys can tell here, but there's a really weird corner sticking out right here where it's not laying flat as it could be. So what I like to do is just take a little bit of liner and go over it to reshape what that lash line should look like. This might be a really unpopular opinion. Kiss lashes I have mixed feelings about. Like, they are so annoying to put on and they just are very difficult to work with, but once I get them on, they're really, really pretty. But they're definitely not my favorite lashes to use at all. They're just really hard to put on. Like, with most lashes, I can just stick them on and they're done. It's fine. But with Kiss, I like really have to work with them and like reapply lash glue, especially in the inner corner. It just always comes loose or like comes off. It's really frustrating. So now I'm going to contour my face. I'm not sure if I'm completely done with the eyes. I think I want to throw on some like light brown contacts or something. So I'm just contouring with the VT Cosmetics Triple Shading palette. I was gonna say compact, but palette. I mean, same difference, I guess. To contour the rest of my face, I'm going to use my Tarte Park Avenue Princess. I always use this. Another question I got asked was whether or not I'm single, and the answer is yes, I am single. I've been single for a while now, like a really long time, and I don't know, like I get really shy whenever I have to talk about dating or like meeting guys and stuff like that. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the Virgo in me, but I just get really shy talking about it, which is crazy because I'm a huge romantic. One of my favorite movies is Pride and Prejudice, and I get really gushy, but that's like really deep inside. But on the surface, I'm very like detached. I've always been very like career job focused, and I just don't want any distractions to get in the way. And I feel like me in a relationship is me being distracted. I was in one, I guess, semi-serious relationship. Like, it was in college, so it's very like, in my eyes, juvenile. I just felt like I was consumed by that relationship, and now that I'm older, I would hope that I'm much more independent and I can focus on my work and a relationship. I remember talking to one of my guy friends about this, Will. You've probably seen him in a few of my vlogs. He's been my friend for a really long time, and he's always asked me like, when am I gonna start dating and all this stuff. At my first job, I was like, I want to get a better job so I feel confident and like better about dating. And when I got to my second job, I was like, well, I want to focus on YouTube and make videos and be creative. And now that I'm here, I'm like, well, now I want to focus on like making this work and having stable income and all that stuff. Like, it was always one thing I wanted to focus on, and I was afraid of distracting myself from that. And I have gone on dates with a few guys like this past year, but it didn't work out and I didn't force it, and it just felt weird. I always like separated the two. I was like, I can't have a good career and be dating. I need to focus on getting my career right and then I'll think about dating. But I literally was just talking with Amy about this the other day and she was like, well, why can't you have both? You can have both. Like you can flourish in both. And I was like, you're right. Like, why can't I have both? But I don't know why for the longest time I just felt like I couldn't. And part of me is still like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to. I am getting older and I would love to start a family one day. I just hate the thought of like having to meet all these guys and then wasting my time and like, you know, like it not working out. But I know that's a really bad mentality to have. And I always believe like whatever human connection you make would be special and they have a part to play in your life. But when it comes to actually putting it into action, I'm like, no. I don't want to do that. Dating is really hard, guys. I hate that whole middle part of meeting someone, dating, seeing if you're compatible and like all of that. Like I just want to fast forward and be there already. But I know that's obviously not how it works. I'm almost done with this makeup look. For blush, I used Tarte's Amazonian Clay blush in Party. Looks like this, just something like matte, neutral, soft. And I did highlight a bit with my favorite highlighter, of course, from Burberry. This is their Rose Gold highlighter. It's just my default go-to when I can't decide on what to use. She has a bold red lip, so I'm gonna do that. Hers looks more like satiny and velvet, but I didn't bring that many lip colors with me. I just have this one from Fenty Beauty, and it is a bit hard to apply, like it's tricky. So what I like to do first is actually make sure my lips are a bit more cleaned up. So I'm just gonna pat some of this cushion in again around the edges. I wish I had a lip liner, but I didn't bring any. So we're just gonna wing it. Take off the excess because there is a lot of excess. It's very liquidy. And then I just start applying it. The brush is I look crazy, but the brush is very interesting. So I like to start in the middle and cover as much of the lip as possible, and then I'll go to the edges and outline the shape of my lips. This requires intense concentration, so I'm not really talking. That was really hard. I actually do want to throw on a pair of light brown contacts, so I'm gonna go wash my, oh my god, I didn't even know that was there. I don't even know where that came from, but I'm gonna go wash my hands and then put on some contacts. That was, what? Where did that come from? Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I just put on the contacts. They're like a light brown hazelish kind of color. It's the ones that I just talked about in my favorites video, the Spanish brown. I know you're typically supposed to put on your contacts before you do your makeup, but I always have a hard time tight lining and end up poking my eye and it's just a mess. So it's a bit easier for me to pop them on after. And then in case you guys are wondering, my earrings are from Forever 21. I just replaced my hoops with these like stud earrings. I don't know how I feel about them yet. I might change them back soon. This top is also from Forever 21. I actually got this a while ago, so they probably don't have it anymore. I'm pretty sure, we're all pretty sure they don't have it anymore. But it was like one of the shirts that I still had here in San Jose because I didn't bring enough clothes to wear here. How do you guys think I did? I think I did okay. They look kind of similar. Maybe. I tried my best, but I'm gonna continue to play around with makeup and hopefully achieve that like natural model sultry makeup look. And I keep forgetting to mention things, but I am gonna be at KCON this year. It's gonna be the first time I've ever gone to KCON, so if you see me, say hi. I would love to meet you guys and like fangirl over everything. Like I'm really excited to just go to KCON and be around people who love and appreciate the same things that I do, so I'm really looking forward to it. That's it for this chatty get ready with me video. I hope you enjoyed watching and listening to me talk out loud pretty much. I feel like this video was a lot of topics that I don't usually talk about and I'm kind of sharing for the first time, and I know they're kind of controversial topics, which makes me a little bit nervous about this video, but I really just want to be more open with you and just more true to myself. Also, feel free to leave any comments or thoughts down below, and if you have any questions about anything or if you want me to cover a specific topic in my next Get Ready With Me video, then feel free to leave all those comments down below. I love hearing from you guys. Guess that's it. I will see you in my next video. Bye!